All right, hi guys. So I would like to talk about politics and why your elders are cute. Huh? Cute. Politics. Guys, one of the big thing I wanted to say about politics is that everyone tries to turn the educated part of the job into a bipartisan issue, like where the guy is just trying to get things cleaner and more productive and work properly, and it becomes a bipartisan argument when it's not, and when there's like a good answer and a bad answer. That's one thing that I really hate about politics. And well, I can remake this if the vacuum is too loud. Uh, and Old people. Oh, politics. I wasn't done. Main thing I have with politics is that like all this stuff like homophobia and anti-trans, sexual, and racism and stuff. I don't really know how much of a problem it would be naturally because there's so much work to politically in our society to fight against it. But it is really hard for me to believe that a bunch of people do that. So my notion about politics is that the real problem is like on the other side, where it's when a guy develops an opinion about God and it has to do with what he thinks sex is, and he's not holding anything against homosexuals, but he says, I think homosexuality is against God. And then he gets all this like horrible like aggression stuff against him when when he's actually a good person. I think it's more like that. I think that's like the I'm like I said, I don't know like how bad it would be, but I feel like we should like be able to take this next step and do better as a society. Like I had another example. Uh like how many people did you hear talk about racism when they were being serious about it? And how many of those people are seriously racist? Maybe one, maybe one of them, and again, it happens a lot, right? Like they weren't really racist. They were confused about God. Like, what do you mean we're carnivores and stuff? Uh, yeah, it's weak, I guess, but that doesn't mean that they're like a complete asshole and stuff, and they don't give in to racism in reality. You know what I'm saying? Old people. Oh yeah, in about the politics, guys. So like when somebody wants to speak up and talk about themselves, like you guys, you can't hear the fact that they're talking about themselves, and it all becomes like all this what would I call it? It's like a par like it's like how It's like xenophobia. Like they get all paranoid about an asshole being around. It's like they project all this asshole stuff without even like inquiring the details. Like you can still inquire if someone appears like an asshole. You can usually figure out whether or not it's an asshole if you just ask the right questions. And no one, and like these people, they don't ask the questions, and they put these people down and stuff, like on a personal level. Like when you put them down on a personal level and stuff, you're being ignorant. And now I want to talk about why old people are cute. Old people, like the whole like cartoonish stereotype about being a kid, that is what old people are. Dude, they are like in the whole cartoonish thing about being really old, like that is what a kid is. It's a flip flop. It's a flip flop situation. The the old people are cute because they learn what their attitudes are about stuff in the world, and they are so much more colorful. They have so many more like colorful things to say about anything because they've learned because they're so old that they've experienced it, and they speak up more about themselves because they stop caring about this the silly young stuff. They just stop caring about it. They speak up more about themselves. They learn they learn what their problems were and how to avoid them, so they're like less dangerous, like in a paranoid sense. They're like like how a child is cute because it's weak. They learn stuff, how to solve their like psychological problems and stuff. Also, they have more things, like they have more things to say at the lunch table, so to speak. They all have their own motto. They all have their own things to say at the lunch table. They're used to it. They're more aware of their social needs too. So they're more like socially active. They're like everything cute. And the kid is like the wrinkly creature, guys. He's like, how fucked up am I? I'm really transfixed on why I can't tolerate this horror movie. He's like reacting to surprises. Like, what is this? It's like serious stuff. Like, oh my god, what is life? I mean, that lasts forever, but I think you kind of know what I mean. And I wanted to share that about old people and young ones because I feel like people ought to know that stuff. It helps with your kids, it helps with listening to your elders. And your elders have a lot to share. That was the main thing. That was the main thing. I wanted you to realize how they're cute so that you'll listen to what they have to say. All right, I guess that's it.